trigger warning. Before you watch this video, I warn you right here, right now. If you are somebody that has suffered with mental health to the point where you have thought about taking your own life, I will warn you now because some of those things will be referenced in this video. So please watch with caution. So, courtesy of Mary Pants, we have a screenshot here. This is a screenshot of one. We have two more to get through as well. In this first one here is a conversation that Sophie decided to have with someone who was a viewer. It begins by saying, "Girl, stop, it's your mum. Don't send her stuff if you don't." Sophie responds by saying, "Really? So you think this is acceptable for a mum telling her child? Don't comment on things you know nothing about. My mum has mental health issues that are severe." And therefore, in the end, Sophie comes in by saying, "My mother is trying to kill me, love, and you enjoy your day." And of course, the response is press charges. So that is screenshot number one of Sophie saying that her mum is trying to take her life. Now, this screenshot here is one of Rob's friends that we've seen in the show. Also making a response of his own. Let's see what he says. "Conversation I managed to get my hands with Sophie and her mum. Everyone wants to bash and co-sign with Claire and call him Rob the Knob. This is a prime example of how Claire speaks to Sophie behind closed doors when cameras aren't rolling, and she's been speaking to her like this her whole life, but no one wants to look at how Sophie was raised or her upbringing. Rob and Sophie have their issues, but this has nothing to do with him. He isn't even in the same place as Sophie or her mum. Notice how Claire is threatening Sophie because she is afraid of Sophie posting videos, but Claire is the only one posting videos blackmailing her own family. The terrorist threats are because Claire has threatened to kill her own daughter and kill herself. Sophie called the cops because she was fearful for her own life and her mother's. The videos were released of Rob were 2 years old after Rob was upset at Sophie not coming home or responding to his calls for days." Before I even elaborate on that, let's get into the next one. Now, the next one is something particular. Yeah, this is the worst of the worst. So this is a screenshot of a conversation that Claire was having with someone, allegedly. "By the way, Sophie, you can threaten to post pictures and videos of me with mental health. I will be dead tomorrow, so I don't actually care. You CUNT, you just thought I've just," and then that part is blanked out, as you can see. "You dirty, nasty, slow little front. How dare you? You know what Uber now? I'm gonna come to your house and slick your effing throat. F off." So here's the thing. This whole thing started off with Claire uploading the videos of Rob, the videos that allegedly were made 2 years ago. Okay, videos of Rob being verbally abusive towards Sophie. Something that I still do not stand by, something that I still see as absolutely disgusting, and definitely still see as verbal abuse towards his wife. Now, of course, we still don't know what, and obviously within this message itself in particular, this explains why Rob was so obviously angry. It doesn't justify his anger, but at least now we know, because there were speculations before, people wondering if it was because of the fact that Sophie can gaslight Rob from time to time because she has that tendency. We now know, based on this information, given that this information is allegedly true, that Sophie did basically go to Rob for a couple of days, so therefore he was obviously vexed when he picked her up. So, here's the thing. This has been a game changer in terms of how we can see this whole situation going forward. Because this started off with us being concerned about the fact that Sophie was in a relationship with somebody that was showing signs of manipulations, showing signs of abuse, showing signs of being a controlling person, etc., etc. All the things that happens in relationships that should never happen. And now we have completely diverged to the point where it's all about now mental health. And now it's also gone to the point where it's Sophie's mum here allegedly threatening to take herself, her own life, as well as also her daughter's life. There is nothing healthy going on here. All of this is absolutely disgusting, absolutely despicable, and absolutely unsettling. Claire did come out with a video yesterday to justify everything, or to give her reasons, which we spoke about in yesterday's video. I recommend that you find time to go check that out and watch it too, because I believe everything that has gone down from the beginning to now should definitely be looked at. I'm very disappointed, to be honest with you, that we are now in a situation that started off with Claire uploading a video about Rob and Sophie, where we was talking about just Rob and Sophie, to the point where Claire ended up getting arrested. And of course, at the time, a lot of us felt as if her being arrested just didn't make any sense, because we were all under the impression that it should have been Rob who should have been arrested because of the way he spoke to Sophie. But obviously now we are seeing these texts. We can understand why Claire has been put in a position where she has now been arrested. And if anything, given that what she said here is generally her saying it, her being arrested, I would say, was probably the best choice. Because you can't get away with threatening people, especially threatening to take people's lives. So I would say that was probably necessary. But again, at the same time, I don't know all the ins and outs. None of us know all the ins and outs. Obviously there may be other things that we've missed out too, that are also pushed Sophie and her friend Kai to end up actually, calling the police. But from what I understand, it was reported it was Kai that actually called the police on Claire. It was not actually Sophie herself in particular. Now, there is another screenshot that I actually do want to add into this as well. Now, this screenshot, this happened prior to Claire making a video yesterday, the one that I spoke about, and also prior to, obviously the arrest of in particular. And as you can see here, provided to us by Mary Pants in this one. Obviously, the last one was provided by Keek and Kibitz. Sophie's alleged response to her mother releasing the Rob yelling videos. And in the green part is Sophie responding to her mum. And now, just to give you a little background before I even read the green and explain my point of view on that, upon reading the words in the purple as well as the ones in the yellow, in the white with the pink background, in the purple, Claire comes out to basically say that Sophie had been ignoring her for however long, so therefore she was put in a position where she had to get somebody else to text Sophie just to get a response from Sophie. So this conversation here that is alleged by Sophie is Sophie having a conversation with someone else on behalf of Claire. Okay, so that is the brief of what is said there. And then following to the next one, Claire then speaks a bit more about mental health and about how, she hasn't got no mental health issues. And, she's not happy with the fact that, it's been thrown out there as if it's just something you can just use to, you can just use against somebody else. And she's disappointed that Sophie has pretty much abandoned her. And she's also disappointed with the fact that Sophie has been spoiled her whole life, not only by herself, but also by her family members who have money, who have given her money. And Sophie's pretty much become an ungrateful brat in a nutshell. That's pretty much what she speaks about in those posts in particular, just to give you a background of what's been said. But now when it comes to the green, this is what's said, allegedly by Sophie. That's fine. Tell her all my family will never get $1 from me. And if she posts one more thing, I will post all the abuse videos of her and the proof of her addiction and mental health issues, as I need to protect myself from her if she's trying to ruin my life. So she is free to do it, and I will protect myself if needed. And I am not afraid of her. Tell her I'm in LA already with Rob, so I am good on my end, and it is very evident by her post she is not mentally okay. I have also spoke to TLC, who will be dealing with this. I want no more contact with her. With her now. She can leave me alone, and if she chooses to continue, I will do what I need to protect myself. I can imagine the rest of it is, which I am assuming is the whole arrest thing. Now, there's another part where Sophie does speak about being in LA. In the other descriptions, Claire claims that Sophie is not in LA and she's not with Rob right now, which is linked up to what the friend was saying too about Sophie and Rob aren't even in the same place right now. So that one was a bit interesting, because there are some people speculating why they believe this is allegedly Sophie, because some people believe it may not even be Sophie. Some people even think that it may even be Rob behind that message. It's all a freaking calamity right now. There's so much is going on, so much has gone on. It is absolutely I don't even know what the right word is, to be honest with you. Now, I will say this though, mental health is a very, very serious thing, and mental health is something that should not be taken lightly to the slightest. And this is the thing that I will leave this video by saying. And my only question is that Sophie has been aware of her mum's mental health history. Whether or not her mum is still in a mental health state right now is still yet to be, well, I mean, it seems to be proven based on the screenshot that we saw of the texts. But my point being is that Sophie's aware of her mum's mental health, so why did she allow her mum to even appear on the show with her? Now, we don't know who convinced who, because of course, Claire came out to say that she never wanted to be on the TV show. She only came on it only because Sophie wanted to be on it. I can imagine Sophie may have a different story behind that. But my point is, why would you bring it on this show or anything like in general if you know your mum may be somewhat of a liability, shall I say, because her mental health may not be in the right places. So that's something that I do want to add there as a question. But again, like I said before, it is quite this is taking one hell of a turn, because it started off with us pretty much going down the route of verbal abuse, and now it's going down the route of pretty much mental health and the route of taking people's lives, which is unacceptable in every single way possible. All of this is unacceptable in every single way possible. But nonetheless, though, let me know your thoughts and your opinions, please, on the matter, and we can talk about it in the comment section. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.